Alright, this is what we got going on. This is 2001 Jeep Cherokee that we're going to be building a bumper for. This is not a kit, this is homemade, completely made out of sheet metal. Everything else that I have here available at home. I don't have a big shop, so bear with me. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to do is that I wanted to have a nice solid bumper, not just one that would weld onto the existing mounts of the stock bumper. I wanted something that would tie in further back. The tow hitch does a pretty good job of tying stuff up, but it recently showed that it needs to be a little upgraded a little bit more. Plus, I kind of want to match the front bumper, which does have a steel bumper that I built myself. There are some kits out there. JCR Off-Road makes a kit that goes in pretty perfectly well with the body lines of the XJ. Sorry, 18-wheeler. And it ties in really nice, and it's a very good looking kit. It's got some very good reviews on it. There is a couple of videos out there explaining how to build a couple of those. Oh, today, since I do have this large piece of 3/16 mild steel, we are going to be building one ourselves. Now, I was lucky enough to score this. It was originally a 5x10 piece of sheet metal. I scored it for about 80 bucks. Some guy on Facebook was selling it. I used that to make this front bumper and the bumper on my girlfriend's Jeep as well. So I have this much left over. I was tossing a couple of ideas around, one of which was going to be using rectangular tubing. I was going to use something 5 or 6 inches wide, 3/16 or a 1/4 inch wide, to go ahead and make the rear of this bumper. But it is kind of hard for me to get that kind of steel. Not a lot of people have that laying around where I could easily score a piece. The steel yard sells me 22-foot section of 1/4 inch 3x5 steel for $200 and some plus. So I could make a couple of bumpers out of that, but what I'm trying to get at is that I wanted to be able to build it cheap, and you know, something that regular Joe could do at home, you know, with a nice stick welder and some spare time. Okay, so pretty much what we got going on in here is that the where is my measuring tape? Okay. Now, I've already removed the bumper off of here. I'm not going to go into detail on how to do that because some guys already have some videos about that. So what I'm trying to show you guys is that this right here is roughly 2 1/4 inch by about, I want to say 4 inches, maybe a little bit more. Right there and right there. Okay, it's a little bit more. The actual spacing inside is a lot more, as you can see right here. Notch this little piece out because I didn't want to cut the whole damn thing. Plus, I was getting very close to this, and my angle grinder and blah blah blah. That's the jigsaw, whatever, miter saw. That's the wasn't. I wasn't doing the job too well. So, anyways, enough of that. You can probably get yourself one of these, and it'll probably help you out. So what I ended up doing is that I should have used angle iron on this piece, but what I did manage to get a hold of was this 1/4 inch 2x4 rectangular tubing that I cut in half, and 1/4 inch being cut with an angle grinder is a bitch, and I was able to do it. One of the things is that this Jeeps, they have this little guard for the fuel tank fill. lines that go in there. These are the holes that have been kind of messed with by me, trying to put in a ZJ tow hitch, and I ended up throwing that out and ended up installing an XJ tow hitch that I found at the junkyard. Try to pull a Durango with it once, with the JCR mounts, the strip nuts that go all the way across, and I was able to hold, but I kind of want a little bit more strength. As you can see, this is sheet metal. I don't really want to run into any trouble with it, so this is the next solution. As you can see in here, we have that continuation of those fuel lines that go through the unibody rail, and we want to be able to clear those. You also have this large bolt that is part of the rear shackle back here. So what I ended up doing is that this was originally a piece of 2x4 quarter-inch steel, and it was about 36 inches long, which is a little bit long. I ended up getting the JCR and trying to match. Okay, sorry about that. I did manage to cut the video. What I was trying to show you guys is that I matched up the holes to this here, and of course these to this right here. Without a drill press, it's a bit of a challenge. It's doable if you try it with a regular hand drill. Please be careful, don't burn your drills and the drill bits. Don't overheat it. This is also notched out here in this piece. This right here is notched out there, so it's able to meet that. You see that it's notched in about 8 inches, and it's about 1.25 inches from here up, more or less, and it'll be able to clear it. Here we have a little something a little bit different. I'm gonna stick my hand down under here. We have this piece of steel right here. This that you can't get it out. Well, you probably could with the right persuasion, you know, but I just don't want to mess with it. That self tapper back here is for my exhaust hanger. We also have this bolt from the rear shackle that we have to deal with. So the best thing that I did was I got the JCR tie-in, or the nut strip, and matched the notch that it has on there. Doesn't have anything else obstructing go through there. It doesn't have the gas tank lines that the driver side does. And this slides in as such. Okay. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Right there. 2x4, maybe a little bit larger. You might be able to get away with something 2.5 or 2.25 inch wide. Be my guess to try it. And this is what I was able to use. So 1/4 inch thick. So let's see how this works. I was planning to use the tow hitch so I can tie it in from here to here, you know, and have a solid piece, which I probably will still do. I want something to kind of give me a little bit more protection here. I don't want to puncture my tank in a rear end collision. I do not want to have a skid plate more than anything, because I don't want to be having to accumulate sand in there. We don't have a lot of rocks here to worry about, but I do have a lot of salt, mostly because I live very close to the ocean. So I don't want to be dealing with a rusted tank. So this is why we're doing it this. I also managed to find on eBay this right here. It's a 1/4 inch thick. It matches up perfectly with these holes right here. If you Google in builder parts for rear bumper XJ, these will come out. I do plan on cutting those up here, and this will probably end up being cut here, so that they kind of match up together. I probably need another notch right here. Sorry, I probably need a notch right here to accommodate for the lower portion for this right here. We'll see how that goes. Okay, progress has been made. I managed to get those JCR mounts in there. I don't know if you can see it. That bolt's sort of in there. It's gonna need longer bolts. I did drill out that little hole right there so I can drill out the 2x4 steel later. I got them kind of at a equal distance, 21.5 ish, yeah. And from here, the inner part to here measures 34 3/16, which is a measurement that's going to be coming in handy when I weld this to this. I'm going to be using this right here so that I don't have just a square boxy looking bumper. It's going to be a little bit rough, but I kind of want to give it a little bit of an edge. Now, this is the part that I have measured. I know I'm aware that it's a little bit short, that piece of flat bar that I have here, but I will be getting a longer piece, or at least another piece so that I can add on to this. This is pretty much what I want. I am aware of this big gaping hole, but let me show you. This is kind of where I'm getting it. I will have a little bit of an increasing, but I am gonna see if I can add some more metal to this and weld it kind of at an angle at this point right here and this point right here to make up for it, and I won't be having such a gap. I did want a little bit of a gap, however. We'll see why, or we'll see later as to why I wanted to have that gap. The way that this is cut right here is so that I'm able to weld this in at an angle, more or less a 45-degree angle, which shouldn't be too bad, and then weld the rest of the metal right here. So right now, what's next is removing these out. I won't be able to reuse the tow hitch because these ones did kind of get moved out a little bit further out in the mounting points. So the tow hitch over there, unless I re-drill it or make those holes bigger, I can't use it anymore. We'll see what happens from here. Alright, I'll keep you guys posted.